Comey versus the Deep State, a perjury plea that's basically a 5-year reunion tour for DC's Grudge Match Hall of Famers. James Comey, the tall, brooding ex-FBI director whose memoir A Higher Loyalty reads like a passive-aggressive post-it note left on the Oval Office fridge. On October 8, 2025, in a federal courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia, that could double as a set for the West Wing's angsty reboot, Comey strode in, channeled his inner FBI Files narrator, and pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of federal perjury and obstruction of justice. Because, let's face it, if you're going to get indicted for allegedly fibbing to Congress about your role in the Trump-era Russia probes, the only logical response is to treat it like a bad blind date, deny everything and hope they ghost you. Picture the scene: Comey's wife and daughter flank him like Secret Service agents at a PTA meeting, while outside, protesters wave signs that read "Lock him up." Or was it her? Wait, him again. The charges stem from Comey's 2020 testimony, where he supposedly misremembered details about the FBI's handling of the Steele dossier and other Russia hoax-adjacent shenanigans, details that, in DC terms, means he might have said left when he meant right, or FISA warrant when he was really thinking oops. The Trump Justice Department, ever the gracious host, dusted off this 5-year-old grievance like it was a fine wine labeled vindication vintage, charging him with lying to lawmakers who were already lying to themselves about term limits. Comey's defense? A forthcoming motion claiming selective and vindictive prosecution, because nothing says fair trial like accusing the government of playing favorites in a game of bureaucratic twister. It's the legal equivalent of showing up to a bar fight with a note from your mom. He started it, back in 2016. And let's not forget the irony here. This is the man who leaked memos about his Oval Office chats with Trump, the ones where Trump allegedly asked him to let Flynn go, only to now be on the hook for not spilling enough beans to Congress. It's like getting fired from a confessional for being too Catholic. Satirically speaking, this case is peak Washington, a slow burn revenge porn plot where the plot twists slower than a filibuster on C-SPAN. Comey, the guy who announced Clinton's email woes like a funeral eulogy 11 days before the election, loyalty? Higher? Discuss, now faces the music from a DOJ that's basically Trump's fan club with badges. If convicted, he could get up to 10 years, plenty of time to write A Higher Loyalty, prison edition, complete with recipes for Jell-O salads and tips on spotting shivs disguised as legal pads. But here's the real kicker: in a town where perjury is as common as power lunches, Comey's not guilty plea feels less like a defense and more like an audition for The Traitors Season 3. Will he testify? Leak more memos from his jail cell? Or just stand there, all 6 feet 8 inches of him, staring down the judge like he's sizing up a suspect in a lineup of bad hair days? Stay tuned, America, because if this doesn't end in a Netflix docuseries narrated by Rachel Maddow, I'll eat my redacted hat. In the end, it's a reminder that in DC, truth is just the first casualty in the war on grudges. Comey might walk free, or he might not, but either way, the real crime is that we're all still watching this circus instead of, say, fixing the roads.